Alright, so we're going to go over math races. Excuse me. Let's see, we'll start with girls. So we have 2 cubed, which is 2 to the third, factorial divided by 5 times 3 minus the square root of 2,116 minus 24,146 plus 100 minus 69. Alright, so what do we need to do first? Anybody? John Smalley.
What's in parentheses?
What's in parentheses? And 2 to the third is in parentheses, so that means that it's an exponent. The 2 is the base number, the 3 is the exponent. The exponent tells us what? Who remembers? What does it tell us, Julian?
Of how many times you'll be multiplying.
How many factors you're going to have. And we're going to have 3 factors. And what's the factor going to be?
2.
2. So it's 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2, John.
2 times 2 equals 4.
And then 4 times 2, Gracie.
4 times 2 equals 8.
And so that equals 8. So then 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And we remind ourselves that factorials we would use, let's say, if we're doing a race, and we're going to have 8 people running in the race, and we want to figure out how many different ways you guys can finish. That's how, because there's 8 people can finish first, then once someone's finished first, only 7 can finish second, and then only 6, so on and so forth. So we'll work this way. 1 times 2. Lily?
1 times 2 equals 2.
2 times 3.
2 times 3 equals 6.
6 times 4.
6 times 4 equals
24. 24 times 5.
24 times 5 equals 120.
120. 120 times 6.
700 equals 120 times 6 equals 720.
720 times 7. We'll just remind her. I know you probably can do it in your head, but we'll just do it this way. And we don't need to use lattice. We don't need to use partial products because we only have a 1-digit factor. So 7 times 0.
7 times 0 equals 0.
7 times 2.
7 times 2 equals 14.
Even though in our heart of hearts we really know it's what?
140.
Right, 7 times 20. But we're going to put 14 here. Carry the 1. 7 times 7.
7 times 7 equals 49.
Plus 1.
50.
Then we have 5,040. Then we're going to multiply that times 8. 8 times 0.
8 times 0 equals 0.
8 times 4.
8 times 4 equals 32.
Carry the 3. 8 times 0.
8 times 0 equals 0.
Plus 3 equals 3. 8 times 5.
8 times 5 equals 40.
And there's 40,320. So that the value, even though it doesn't look like it's much, the value of that chunk of the phrase is 40,320. And then we have to do our division, then our multiplication. So we're going to divide that by 5. Our dividend is 40,320. Our divisor is 5. Is this going to work out evenly? Raise your hand if you think it's going to work out evenly. Why, Reagan? Why is this going to work out evenly?
Because 5 goes into any number that in the last digit of the number, if it is a 0 or 5, then it will go in even.
Exactly. I like how you said the last digit, because you could have a decimal where it's not the ones place, it could be the 10,000ths place, but if it has a 5 or 0 in it, it will work out evenly. So, 5 goes into 4. No. 5, where did I stop? I think I'm at John, actually, aren't I? 5 goes into 40. How many times, John?
5 goes into 48 times.
8. What next?
8. 5 times 8. 5 times 8 equals 40.
Where do I put it, Lily?
Under the 40.
Under the 40. Then what?
Subtract.
What do I get?
You get 0.
Then what?
You bring down the 3.
Then what?
You restart.
Restart! Is 5 going to 3?
No.
So what do we put up top, Julian?
A 0.
0. Then 0 times 5 equals 0. We subtract it 3. We bring down the 2, and then we restart. Mariana, 5 into 32.
5 goes into 32 6 times.
6 times. Put it up top. 6 times 5 equals 30. We subtract. We get 20. Or 2, excuse me. We bring down the 0. We get 20. 5 goes into 20 how many times?
4 times.
4 times 5.
4 times 5 equals 20.
Then what do?
We subtract.
We get
Yes, yes.
0. So it's 8,064 is our what?
Quotient.
Quotient. Okay? So 8,064 is our quotient. So we're, at this point, we've taken a while to do a whole problem. We're only right here. So then we got to multiply times 3. 3 times 4.
3 times 4.
Oh, wait, whose turn is it? John Smalley? Caroline. 3 times 4.
3 times 4 equals 12.
3 times 6.
3 times 6 equals 18.
Even though we know, John, what are we really multiplying?
3 times 16.
Right. So it's 18, or it'd really be 180, so we carry the 100. Is that a 0? Yes. 3 times 0.
3 times 0 equals 0.
Plus 1 equals 1. 3 times 8.
Mr. Champion,
Yes.
you forgot to carry the 1 on the 18. It's 19.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. So that's 19. Thank you, Caroline. Okay? And then, yeah, that would have messed us up the rest of the way, wouldn't it? All right, so then 3 times 8.
3 times 8 equals 24.
So we have 24,192. Now, we're going to subtract. Let's see if we can figure out, work our way through what number of the square root of 2,116 is. All right? Well, let's see. Anyone take a guess that didn't do this problem? Zach? Let's think about 100. What's 100 times 100?
100,000. Yeah.
Not
100,000.
100,000. It's 4 zeros. 10,000. So that's way too much. Too much. Let's go down to 90 times 90.
81,000.
No. 8,000. So we're way too high. We gotta go. Let's go to 50 times 50.
2,500.
2,500. We're getting closer, aren't we? What's 40 times 40?
1,600.
So we have 40 times 40 equals 1,600. 50 times 50 equals 2,500. So what's our target number here? Where is it between? 40 and 50, right? So we got that. So we know it's between 40 and 50. So there are other clues, right? There are other clues. What does we have? The ones place has a 6 in it. So we know that we're multiplying times the same number, right? And the product of the ones place has to be 6. So does 40 work? No. 41? No, because what's going to be in the ones place with 41 times 41? 1. 42 times 42, what's going to be in the ones place? 4. 43 times 43, what's going to be in the ones place? 9. 44 times 44?
6.
That's a possibility. 44 might work. 45 times 45? What's going to be in the ones place? 5. You see what I'm saying? It's 5 times 5. 46 times 46?
6.
There's another possibility. 47 times 47 would be 9. Grace, do you see what I'm saying? Because we're multiplying the ones place. 48 times 48 would be 4. 49 times 49 would be 1. So the only options are 44 and 46. Okay? This is what's amazing about math, that you're figuring out how to do a square root of a really big number just by estimating. All right, so we have two. Now, these are the only two possibilities. So now life is pretty easy. Now we can test them. We can just do 44 times 44, or we can do 46 times 46. The great thing about it is we're using math. I'm sure there's maybe a easier way, but you don't know your 44s, your basic facts, your 44s. So let's just try 44 first. So 44 times 44. I'm just going to use regrouping because, like I said, use the analogy on Friday about how it's kind of like the baby that starts with the bottle, then goes to the sippy cup, then goes to the regular cup. We started with partial products, we went to lattice, now we're doing regrouping. With two two-digit factors, regrouping is still the easier way to go. But I don't know if it was this class or the other class where we had a 3-digit times 3-digit, and it took just as much time to do regrouping as it did to do lattice. So it was this class. Okay. 4 times 4, everybody.
4 times 4 equals 16.
So it's going to be a bunch of 4 times 4s. That's going to be 1. So 0. That's going to be 16. That's going to be 176 again. So it's not 44. So it's got to be 46. I know it's 46. I'm 100% sure it's 46. Who did this problem? Is it 46? There you go. Because it can't be anything else. It just can't be. So it's a cool way to figure out. Okay, so here we go. So we're at 24,192. We're going to subtract 46. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we take 1 away, add 10 to the right. It's going to be 6, 4, 1, 4, 24,146 minus 24,146 equals 0. Plus 100 equals 100 minus 69 equals 31. Very nice job. Let's give a brava, brava, brava. All right, 31 to the first just means 31 plus 0 is 31. Then we have 5 factorial. Anyone know 5 factorial off the top of your head since we just did it up here? Anybody? 120 minus 125 will take us into what world? Negatives, because we take 120 steps back to 0, then we have to take 5 more steps, so it's going to take us to negative 5. Plus 36 equals 31. Square root of 961. We know what we want it to equal, but we can also ask ourselves, okay, 30 times 30 is going to equal 900. So we know it's somewhere close to 900, or excuse me, 30. So it got to be between 30 and 40, because 40 times 40 is 1,600. So it's not even. So it's probably closer to 30, because 30 times 30 equals 900. So there's only 2 possibilities between 30 and 40 that could be this. What are both the possibilities? Just think about what number between 30 and 40, if you multiply the ones place times itself, you get 1.
31.
31, and what's the other possibility that's going to give you a 1 in the ones place? Between 30, let's see, 30, we just 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Now what I'm saying is, because some of you are still kind of looking at me with these, what in the world are you talking about, Mr. Champion? What I'm saying is, we know we're multiplying this times itself. So the ones place is going to be times whatever. So that's going to be 1 times 1, so it's definitely that's going to be 2 times 2. Because the first, think about it, if I do 32 times 32, Gracie, what's the first multiplication problem I'm doing?
2 times 2.
2 times 2. And that's giving me my ones place. So that's going to have a 4 in the ones place. That's going to have a 9, a 6, a 5, a 6, a 9, a 4, and a 1. So it's either one of these. But we know that this is 1,600, so really it should be this. But we'll test it just to make sure. 31 times 31, 1 times 1 is 91. 0, 3, 9. I just totally messed that up, didn't I? That's a 3. Sorry. 1, 6. That's correct. Then we have 6 squared. 6 times 6, Gracie.
6 times 6 equals 12.
Try it again.
Sorry, 36.
36. Very good. So 36 plus, then I do the parentheses. Well, actually, I have to do the, never mind. I have to do the exponents first anyway. 36 plus 31 equals 67. Minus 12 is going to equal 55. Not sure what happened there. Then we have 1,200 minus 500. Anybody?
700.
700. Thank you. Times 2, Olivia. What's 700 times 2?
700 times 2 is 1,400.
1,400. Very good. Minus 1,000 equals 400. Minus 4 equals 0 plus 31. That's correct. 100 divided by 100. Reagan?
100 divided by 100 equals
1
1.
plus 31 equals 31. Plus 30 equals 31, excuse me. 6 times 3.
6 times 3 equals 18.
4 times 3.
4 times 3 equals 12.
18 plus 12 equals 30, plus 1 equals 31. 31 to the first is correct.
And then 1.
Which one am I missing? This one over here. Oh, these over here. 9 factorial.
3. Yeah, exactly.
But I'm going to be mean today because we didn't have a comma, so I'm going to count it wrong.
Mean.
When you have a 5-digit or more number, a number with 5 or more digits, you've got to use a comma. You'll see that places don't use a comma always on a 4-digit number. 4-digit whole number. 4-digit whole number. Okay, when you're in the thousands place, you don't really need it. But if you have a 10,000 or more, you've got to really use a comma. All right, then here, 79 times 789 times 2 divided by 2 divided by 3 minus 20,000. Oh, can't count this one either. Didn't have a comma. We'll see it to make sure it's right. 789 times 79. Okay, here we go. Julian, 9 times 9.
9 times 9 equals 81.
9 times 8.
9 times 8 equals 72.
Plus 8.
80.
9 times 7.
9 times 7 equals 63.
Plus 8.
71.
And a 0 here because we're multiplying times the tens place. So it's always going to be a 0 in the ones place. 7 times 9.
7 times 9 equals 63.
7 times 8.
7 times 8 is 56.
Plus 6.
Wow. 62.
Good. 7 times 7.
7 times 7 equals 49.
Plus 6.
55.
Very good. We add those up. 62,331. Then we're going to multiply that times 2.
But it means divided by 2.
Oh, so we can cancel that out. Thank you. So Caroline just pointed out that it's divided by 2, so I really don't even have to multiply times 2. I just have to just go straight to dividing by 3. Now I can erase that one because it didn't count. So we have our dividend, 62,331 divided by 3. Now we can figure this out if it's going to work out evenly. Let's add up our digits in our dividend. 6 plus 2
8,
plus 3
11,
plus 3
14,
plus 1.
15.
15. Is 15 divisible by 3?
Yes.
Yes. So that means that this number is divisible by 3. It's going to work out evenly. You alright, John?
Yes.
Okay. So 3 goes into 6 how many times?
No. 2.
Twice. I know it's Monday, okay? 3 times 2 equals 6. We do what?
Subtract.
We bring down, we get 2. 3 goes into 2. 0
0.
times. 3 times 0?
0.
We subtract, we get 2. Bring down to 3. 3 goes into 23.
7 times.
7 times 3.
21.
Subtract, we get
2.
2. Everyone should be participating. And we bring down 3. 3 goes into 23.
7 times.
7 times 3.
21.
Subtract, we get 2. Bring down the 1. 3 goes into 21. 7 times. 21, we subtract, we get 0. Nothing left over. If we wanted to check it, 20,777 times 3, and I know it would equal 62,331. So we know it, and then we're going to subtract 20,746, which would equal 31, but since we didn't have the comma, I cannot count it. Alright, did I get them all? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.
Mr. Jimmy, if you were curious, I do know what's happened at that. I didn't do it, but
Where?
the 6 to the second, I know it happened.
What happened?
I think they did
6 times 2, this equals 12. Right, yeah. That we just got to remember when we have an exponent, it's not this times the exponent. What it is, the exponent tells us how many factors, and the base number tells us what the factor is. Okay? Alright. Yeah, that's good. You're right. You're right. Alright, so I'm going to add to this one just for fun. So we've got, 8 for the girls? Alright. Since we're going to be, reason why I'm doing this, and I haven't really done this before, is because today we're going to be talking about 2-digit divisors and working with 2-digit divisors. So by finding the mean of this, what we're about to do, it'll kind of be a good jump into 2-digit divisors. All right, so 30 plus 1 is 31. 32 minus 1 equals 31. We'll do the easier ones first. 36 5. Yeah. 31. 30 to the first equals 30 plus 1 equals 31. 30 plus 2 minus 1 equals 31. All right, 9 times 9, Olivia.
9 times 9 is 81.
Plus 7.
Plus 7 equals 88.
88 minus 60. No. Say no.
28.
Very good. Plus 3 equals 31. All right, then we have Zach's problem. 5 to the first, to the second, to the third. So what that means is 5 to the first is 5. So then we're going to square that. That's just 5 times 5. Rose, what's 5 times 5?
25.
25. So then, that's just 25 cubed, which means we're going to have 3 factors. And what's the factor going to be? 25. So it's going to be 25 times 25 times 25. So we just do 25 times 25. 5 times 5. Julian.
5 times 5 is 25.
5 times 2.
5 times 2 equals 10.
Plus 2. We're going to multiply times 20, so what's going to be in the ones place, everybody?
0.
0. 2 times 5.
2 times 5 equals
2 times 4. Or sorry, excuse me, 2 times 2.
10. 2 times 2 equals 4.
Plus 1.
Oh, plus 1 equals 5.
625. Then we're going to multiply that times 25. I'm going to do that real quickly. 0, 10, 5, 12, 5, 2, 6, 5. 15,625 minus 625 would be 15,000. Divided by 1,000 would be 15 plus 16 equals 31. Good job, Zach. Because when we divide by 1,000, or we get to 15,000, and remember, the shortcut is we move the decimal place 3 spots, and it'll leave us with 15. All right, 5 times 3 times 5. 5 times 3. Anybody?
5 times 3
15 times 5.
equals 75.
75 minus 15 equals 60 times 2. 60 times 2.
120.
120 minus 100 equals 20 plus 3 equals 23, so that doesn't work. All right. Oh goodness, they're these gigantic ones. All right, let's do this one. 120 minus 720 is going to take us to what? Anyone know? Negative 600 minus 40,000 just keeps us going backwards. So we're going to go to minus 40,600 plus 260 is going to take us to minus 40,340 plus 20 is going to take us to minus 40,320 plus 40,320 is going to take us to 0 plus 30. Well, that wasn't as hard as I thought.
Wait, but it's 5.
Oh, they forgot commas. Thank you for catching that, so that's incorrect. Sorry.